Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, the heat stays on. The threat of afternoon storms continues. Very typical summer pattern as we get into the weekend. Moisture levels, though, gradually on the increase. And then we're going to have to talk about this disturbance that's down by the Yucatan. It's going to be some sort of player in the Gulf of Mexico, likely a heavy rainmaker. Not much of a future in form of development, but we'll talk more about that as well. Let's take a look at the big picture. First off, locally, we have tropical moisture kind of festering around. Not much rhyme or reason to it from Texas to the Florida Panhandle, with a good scattering of storms across Texas this afternoon. Some scattered activity locally, and it's been kind of about a 30% type of day, mostly for most of Acadiana, but there have been some spots that have seen some pretty healthy storms. Most of the action well to the north or to the south of us late this afternoon, early this evening. But like the last hour, nice little cell here between Abbeville and Maurice, producing some much needed rainfall. See that around the Youngsville area down toward Cade, a nice little shower. Not much movement to these systems, and they'll stick around for a couple more hours until we lose that daytime heating factor, which, by the way, is getting later and later. Sunset times getting close to 8 p.m. tonight, 7:59 tonight and 8 o'clock for tomorrow. Also, some thunderstorm activity along the coastal areas, but mostly rain now. This cell is also weakening a bit as well. Farther to the north, we see some pretty active showers and storms, especially along I-49 northwest of Natchitoches, but this activity moving on away. So we look at the FutureCast forecast. Not much change. Maybe an isolated shower or storm overnight tonight. We start off tomorrow morning with mostly sunny skies. Then with the afternoon and the daytime heating, temperatures pushing. I think they're going to be warmer than what FutureCast is indicating, near 90 by lunchtime. And with that daytime heating, then we'll start to see scattered showers and thunder showers. And as we go into the afternoon, it looks like activity, if it pops up, it'll be drifting slowly to the west. So storm risks till about 6 or 7 tomorrow evening. Then it quiets down. And then we do it all over again as we go into Friday with morning sun and then afternoon showers and storms. Rain chance tomorrow, 30 to 40%. Friday, 40 to 50%. Saturday, getting a little bit higher. So as we look at the satellite imagery, we just see the scattered activity locally. Meanwhile, down in the tropics, starting to see a little bit more of a disturbance down here with that deep tropical moisture that's in the western Caribbean. Thunderstorms blowing up over Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula. A very weak surface low pressure somewhere around here. Very hard to detect, and we don't have a lot of meteorological stations down here. But the National Hurricane Center putting the area of low pressure right here by the Yucatan. They think about a 60% chance of development late this week. I think it's going to be Friday or into the weekend. And right now, I think we're going to be limited to a subtropical depression or tropical depression. We have wind shear in the upper parts of the atmosphere, drier air in the western Gulf. So this is going to be a lopsided system. Does have maybe a 20 or 30% though of becoming a tropical storm or subtropical storm. Forecast models, these you got to take with a grain of salt because we don't have anything organized. We're going to have to wait until this low emerges down here by the Yucatan, and that may not happen until Friday, perhaps Saturday, and then a slow migration northward and then a meandering system down the line. It's all going to be about moisture with this system. The threat of heavy rains developing over toward Florida as we look at the European modeled forecast, and then you see that heavier moisture moving into the northern Gulf Coast Sunday into Monday. Notice is very close to Acadiana, so we'll have to watch that. Heavy rainfall threat continues into at least the middle part of next week before things calm down. Now here's the operational European model, and we got to take this with a grain of salt as well. Has a broad area of low pressure off the southeastern Louisiana coast, but watch what happens as we go into Monday and Tuesday. This is just sitting to the south and east of us, but again, all the heavy weather hopefully will stay on the eastern flank, so we might even see just partly sunny skies and not much rain from this system, but we have to play it that there's going to be some rain chances, a couple of inches of rain as we head into the weekend. Highest threat of flooding over by Florida and also including Alabama and Mississippi coastal areas. So few evening storms diminishing tonight, 72 the low, 92 the high tomorrow. Typical summer day with a pretty good scattering of afternoon storms. Chance of getting wet still below 50-50, but we get to that point Friday into Saturday, and then going into Sunday, Monday, some tropical rains, but we can't go for much in the way of heavy rains quite yet, and hopefully that stays east of us. Not that we want to wish it on anybody, but if you're at Orange Beach, Perdido Beach, over toward Navarre, for the Memorial Day weekend and beyond. It's going to be kind of a wet scenario. Nothing that you'll need to evacuate for, but it's certainly going to be wet and maybe some flooding there.
All right, thanks, Rob.